So, when I was in college, my music history professor told us there is no such thing as bad music. Maybe some music you don't like, but that doesn't make it bad. I always thought that made a lot of sense. But recently I found something that made me question that. And we're going to talk about it. So, many people have been ripping on the track Yummy by Justin Bieber. I mean, not really written entirely by him, but performed by him. There are actually 5 people given songwriting credits on this song, including someone named... Wait, there's someone named Pooh Bear? Seriously? Okay, this is a real thing. Oh, he also goes by the name... Oh. Man, I am old and out of touch. Anyway, I won't be trying to copy what others have said. I thought I'd bring my own perspective. But I wanted to give more context into why this song is musically bad. So I combined another video idea I had with this one. See, I've always wondered why people love K-pop so much. Enough to fight on the internet about it and scream and freak out and all of those things. I had never heard any, so I wanted to analyze and find out why this is the case. After listening for a while, I thought using K-pop, specifically BTS, as a comparison would give more context into what's happening with Yummy and where it went wrong. So, let's talk about Yummy first. I know everyone has already heard this song. I've seen so many other YouTubers break down how hard the Bieber team fought for number 1 with this song, but I never really listened to it until now. So this song is built on a 2-chord structure. It switches back and forth between a D minor over G, which means it's a D minor chord with a G as the lowest note, and an A minor 7 chord. So usually you would use the 1st, 3rd, and 5th note of any scale to make a chord. But in this case, we are adding the 7th note of the scale as well, which changes it from sounding like this to sounding like this. This is a 5-to-1 chord progression that we're using here. It is the most basic chord structure you could possibly use. It's exactly what your ear is expecting to hear, so it makes total sense. But that's it, 2 chords. It's very boring and repetitive. There's nothing wrong with repetition. That's usually what makes a song work. It's what hooks the listener in, especially in pop music. But if you don't come up with something interesting before you repeat it, then what's the point? Speaking of repetition, let's talk about the melody. Over and over again, same pattern. Again, there's nothing wrong with repetition, but you have to have something interesting to say if you're going to say anything, especially if you're going to say it over and over and over again. Now, I've heard Justin Bieber before, but I had never heard BTS in my life. The first song I clicked on was Dynamite, and that's the one I'm going to be looking at now. After listening to Yummy, this was much better. First, chord progression. This follows a very standard 4-chord progression. It is C sharp minor, F sharp minor, B major, E major. That's the repetition. It does modulate or change the key to D sharp minor, which then makes it D sharp minor, G sharp minor, C sharp, and F sharp, which is just taking those chords up a whole step. Very standard in pop music. Both of these chord progressions sound like this. Already we're in a much better place. This is repetition done in a way that is more interesting. Pop music is full of 3 and 4 chord songs that are very good. So, lyrics and melody. Here's the chorus to Yummy. versus the chorus to Dynamite. You see what I'm talking about here? There's a good kind and bad kind of repetitive. So, before anyone freaks out on me, I fully support you liking whatever music you like. That's the whole point of music. I'm not telling you what to think or who to listen to. I'm just some nerd on the internet hiding behind my computer. Like what kind of music you like, I'll like the music I like. My issue is that it's pretty clear that Yummy was manufactured to make a song, not to say anything important or worthwhile. It is insulting to be pandered to in this way. Musicians should be creating for the love of what they do, not to be number one. To be clear, I find more fault with the Bieber team than Bieber himself. They clearly tried to create something in a lab, rather than writing a real song. I'm not calling into question anyone's talent or ability, it just seems really phoned in. As a side note, I can totally see the quality in BTS's music. They're a pop group making pretty typical pop music, but it isn't a lazy attempt. I'm not saying that the people representing the group don't want to make money. There's definitely money on the line, and a lot of decisions are definitely made based on that. But it still sounds like real music to me. This is not a full breakdown of either of these bands. It's more so how we use chords in music and how to write a good song versus how to write a mediocre song. And when you're trying to say something versus when you're trying to make money. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help me out by liking, sharing, and subscribing. I have a couple of videos in the works that should be coming out in the next week or so. If you have an opinion you'd like to share, please leave a comment down below or hit me up on Twitter. I would love to talk music with anyone interested. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.